Look up. There's a world out there. Billions of stars in that night sky. In our home, the Milky Way. And look within. There's a world down here too. A galaxy residing within each one of us. 84 billion stars lighting up our inner world. These stars, better known as neurons, are cells which form the electrical wiring of our body, enabling our day-to-day functioning, connecting brain to body. And then there are messenger agents in between, neurotransmitters, chemicals which whisper between neurons to keep everything running and well-oiled. But it's when these whispers become Chinese whispers, our mental health starts falling through the cracks. Now you might ask, what exactly is mental health after all? In simple terms, mental health refers to our cognitive, behavioral, and emotional well-being. It's all about how we think, feel, and behave. It can also mean the absence of any kind of mental disorder, which is our daily living, relationships, and work life are all in control of our mind on most of the days. With the definitions out of the way, let's get back to our heroes for today. The neurotransmitters, some of which also develop as hormones. And we focus on three. First up is serotonin, or the feel-good chemical. In addition to helping regulate our mood, serotonin has a number of different jobs throughout the body, from our gut to blood to sexual function. In fact, inadequate serotonin levels are known to play a role in mental health issues like depression. Secondly, we have dopamine. Dopamine creates positive feelings associated with reward or reinforcement that motivate us to continue with any kind of task or activity. It's believed to play an important role in a variety of conditions affecting the brain, including Parkinson's and schizophrenia. And then we have everyone's favorite endorphins. Associated with emotions and pain perception, the body releases endorphins in response to fear or trauma. These chemical messengers are similar to opiate drugs such as morphine, but only significantly stronger. No doubt all of us love the runner's high. Whilst neurotransmitter levels likely play a role in mental illnesses, but it's also clear that biochemical changes alone cannot explain the complete reality. There are quite a few other things at play as well. Genetic factors, childhood experiences, to our present day-to-day lives and relationships all play a role and are potential candidates to create havoc in our mental health space. Even inflammation is being explored as a potential contributing factor. Understanding this complexity can be helpful so that we don't offer hurtful advice, such as telling someone to just snap out of it. It's no easier for someone to forget that they are depressed than it would be for someone with diabetes to just lower their blood sugar by simply snapping out of it. How do we get an idea of whether we or someone else is suffering from mental health issues? Well, common symptoms include psychosomatic problems like irregularities in sleep and appetite, sleeping too much or too little, and likewise go for food, not being able to enjoy previously loved activities like music or even socializing with friends, behavioral changes like going completely quiet, or on the opposite extreme, talking way too much, and many such changes over weeks in thought, behavior, or feeling. Remember the triumvirate of mental health we discussed earlier? Now the question is, are these disorders treatable? And you guys know the short answer, which is yes. In fact, most people see improvements in their symptoms when they start treatment, either with psychotherapy, medication, or in some cases a combination of both. But we have to be realistic about the limitations of the current knowledge, which means that no treatment will work for everyone. No one treatment will work for everyone. More often than not, an interdisciplinary approach is needed. And at the very least, every single person suffering needs and deserves a support team. You've heard the word therapy before, and it's used to describe many different types of treatments. As an example, let's look at the most well-known of them, CBT, or Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, which focuses on helping people identify and replace their cognitive or thought distortions and behavioral patterns that reinforce depressive feelings. Remember the triangle again? Thoughts, behavior, and feelings. You try and crack open through the patterns which are there, which are not helping you. Now, this kind of therapy is usually short-term, and it focuses on present problems and skills teaching. So it eventually makes the person self-sufficient to treat himself or herself in the long run. Now, you might be wondering, who are we? Placing this video randomly on your screen. Well, we are more than the SAL logo you see on the right hand side of the screen. SAL Foundation is a small attempt to educate people on mental health, eradicate the associated stigmas, and elevate the emotional well-being of as many people as we can. And hopefully, we'll be able to save a few lives along this journey. So now look at the mirror and then 3 people around you. 1 in 4 humans are estimated to go through a major mental health disorder during their lifetimes. Well, if you have 84 billion stars shining within you, sure, sometimes help is needed to resurrect their wiring. And the SAL team would be more than happy to try and get your galaxy glowing again. Till then, if you see a loved one going through a tough time, please do not ignore. Say a kind word, hold that hand, or just hear them out. Save a life.